It's the NHL season that almost wasn't. The start marred by a lockout, but it's about to end with a dream matchup in the Stanley Cup final. No, not an all-Canadian one, but perhaps the next best thing. Two Original Six clubs battling for the Cup. Peter Armstrong has more on what could become a classic series.
Fans stage an airport send-off as the Boston Bruins head to Chicago for Game 1. This as much a ritual as the beards, the superstitions, and the cliched rhetoric. The enthusiasm is quite understandable. Consider for a moment the wealth of history packed into this series. It's the first time since Montreal faced New York in 1979 that two Original Six teams have played in the final. Those Habs were coached by Scotty Bowman. He's now in Chicago's front office, trying to win his 13th Stanley Cup ring. Both teams have recently won the Cup. The Blackhawks in 2010, the Bruins in 2011. But in 87 years of history, these teams have never faced each other in the final.
So these are the sticks.
A series like this is fodder for the guys down at the archives of the Hockey Hall of Fame.
This stick here is Bobby Orr's 200th regular season career NHL goal.
These two teams with long, storied histories make an already compelling Stanley Cup final all the more interesting.
People come this summer to the Hockey Hall of Fame and they see the great history. We add to that history with a matchup like this.
If ever there was a year the NHL needed a historic matchup, this is it. The season was marred by a lockout that left fans either furious or frustrated. But hockey delivered. Fans tuned in by the millions. Ratings in both Canada and the U.S. set records.
Some people would say the National Hockey League's front office doesn't deserve this gift.
This radio host in Vancouver says the gift has yet more promise as Game 1 of the final begins on Wednesday.
If the National Hockey League could see the Blackhawks and the Bruins make it to a seventh game, that's where you really see a spike in television ratings.
And that comes with a certain pressure of its own. The audience is ready. The teams are making last-minute adjustments, and all the history in the world won't matter much once the puck is dropped. Peter Armstrong, CBC News, Toronto.